Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Elders Boxing. We're back with another one. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do a recap of last night's fights. You know what I'm saying? Then answer any questions, talk about boxing. Y'all know how we get down. We had a pretty good Saturday of boxing, man. It was a lot of good action. So we're going to cover all that. Before I get into it, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you guys got social media, feel free to tap in. Twitter at OverJ, Instagram LDoesBoxing, and they can tap into the website LDoesBoxing.com. Appreciate you guys. So we're gonna get to it, man. It's a lot to cover, man. A lot of good stuff. Man, Tay in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Yeah, you know I was locked into that boxing last night. JC, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Jose Diaz, what's good with you? Salute to you. So I'm gonna start with what I was watching. Like, you know, how I was watching the fights from the start to the finish. So I had to get up early to catch this shit. I only caught the main event, you know what I'm saying? But this one was Conor Wallace versus Max Sheehy. It's a light heavyweight fight. They was fighting for some regional titles. Conor Wallace is like number 13 in the IBF, and they was, you know, fighting for some world rankings. Yo, this fight only lasted a minute and a half. My man Wallace came out and went straight to Buddy, got him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? He dropped him a couple of times and finished him. So it really not too much to talk about, just to understand he was fighting for some world rankings. So that's always good to see. When you see these regional titles on the line for these fighters, that means they trying to climb up the ranks. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So we'll see. Maybe he can get a better fight, a better and bigger fight in the light heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? Being from Australia, his promotion company has Jay Apataya. That's the IBF cruiserweight champion. He just signed a co-promotional deal with Matchroom. So maybe Wallace can put his name in the mix to get bigger fights fighting on that platform. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. This card was down in Australia. Nick Harmon, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys coming through for sure. Alright, the next one. This card was in Italy. It had some guys on the card that I was interested in because they got big fights coming up, potential big fights coming up. The first one was Dan Aziz. He had a run out yesterday, 8-rounder. He won by unanimous decision. Then we know Dan Aziz has Joshua Blawaxi coming up August the 19th. So he got a new coach. He's not with Buddy McGirt now. Buddy McGirt is training Dylan White and Calvin Smith. He got 2 big fights coming up in August. So I guess he ain't having no time for Dan Aziz. So it's good. So I understand what he did. He went and got familiar with his coach. Got 8 rounds under his belt. You know, so he gonna be sharp and in shape. You know what I'm saying? He fighting less than 6 weeks from now against Joshua Blawaxi. So I like it. And the fight with him and Blawaxi is the WBA eliminator. They'll be the mandatory for Dimitri Bivol. So that's what's up though. I like that shit. I like little stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So he improves to 20-0, 13 knockouts. I like him. He's a throwback type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? And another guy on the card that I was interested in, Sandor Martin. He's number 1 in the WBC at 140. He's the mandatory for Regis Prograis. So the WBC is basically telling Regis, yo, you can make a big fight. You either make a big fight or you got to fight Sandor Martin next. So that kind of came out the blue. I know people say, well, how he get this opportunity coming off a loss to Teofimo? You know, a lot of people thought he beat Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people thought he beat him. And I don't think it's a bad move to keep him in number 1. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the WBC where guys been turning down eliminators, turning down mandatory fights. But Sandor Martin had a good fight yesterday. He stopped the kid in 6 rounds. He won't move in this fight. He won't move. He won't doing a lot of counter punching. He was standing right in the pocket and took it to this kid. The guy wasn't a big puncher and nothing like that, but Sandor Martin, he proved that he can punch a little bit. I know he don't got a high knockout ratio, only 14 knockouts and 41 wins, but he was sending down his punches yesterday. So, you know, the thing with him, you know, he got a tricky style. We know he can box. He can sit and bang, but he more so when he fight top competition, he gonna more so box. and he gonna walk you into some shots. You know what I'm saying? He showed he got a nice left hook. I mean, right hook when he fought Teofimo. He should have got credit for 2 knockdowns in that fight. So it's interesting though. So we'll see what the WBC does. So this kind of put Regis on the clock. Like, okay, what big fight you gonna take? You know what I'm saying? They was trying to do the Catterall fight. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. You know, because they want Regis to go to the UK to take that fight. Regis in a position where he don't gotta go to he don't gotta fight nobody in their hometown no more. He's the champion, so it makes sense for the guy to come over there. Catterall was with MTK. You know what I'm saying? He ain't been back over here since he went to the Haney and Linares card in 2021. And that was way before that shit popped off. So I'm not sure if he can even get over here. We have to throw that out there. So that might be one reason why that fight is stalled. And he talking about fighting Jorge Linares. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But we'll see. So it put them on the clock. So now they might order Sandor Martin pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? The new WBC ranking should be out pretty soon. And with all that updates, so we'll see. But I think Sandor Martin and Regis is a good fight. It might not be like a big fight, but it's a good fight for that division. 140 is the deepest division in boxing, and it's a lot of good fights that can be made. For real. The main event, Ivan Zuko had a nice right hook knockout. You know what I'm saying? I think it was 4th round. He fights at 168, so maybe he's looking to move up in that division as well. So we'll see. He wants all the smoke. He saved himself last 4 rounds. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. Salute to you. Yes, sir. So we'll see though. So Dan Aziz and Sandor Martin should be in some big fights coming up next. So that's what's up. Moving on to this card right here. This is on the zone. Josh Kelly versus Gabriel Corzo. You know, as far as this fight, it really wasn't a good fight to watch. So I ain't suggesting nobody go back and check it out. Corzo didn't come to fight to me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come to fight. But before I get into that, the co-main event, Liam Dillon versus Kwanzaa Fat. That fight was pretty much, you know, the bet odds were like pretty much even for that fight. But Liam Dillon though, he put it on my man. He dropped him a couple times to win the British title. So that's what's up. I just had to mention that. But Corzo didn't come to fight though. He was just, I don't know, posturing, backing up. You know what I'm saying? Josh Kelly had all the advantages, basically bigger, stronger, faster. You know, I like his hand speed. You know what I'm saying? So I thought he could have pressed the action a little more. Every time he touched Corzo to the body or quick left hooks up top, I mean, he was getting my man's attention. So instead, if a guy is not coming to fight, you know what I'm saying, then you make him fight. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the talent gap is so crazy. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted to fight 12-0, 11-1 if you want to give him a little sympathy round. Now, the significance of this fight, Josh Kelly is number 2 in the WBO at 154. So that's put himself in position to face Tim Tszyu. We know Tim Tszyu like to stay active, and his comeback fight, his next fight date is like mid-October for Tim Tszyu. He gonna be in the U.S. in a couple of weeks. It'll probably be at the Spence Crawford fight, but he gonna start camp pretty soon in the U.S. So that's what I'm thinking is next. Number 1, you got Batum Matazaliev, but he's the IBF mandatory. You know what I'm saying? So he's probably going to try to get an interim fight with Jack Koke, who is number 2 in the IBF. So we'll see. Now, post-fight, I would listen to the post-fight interview. They didn't say Tim Tszyu motherfucking name. You know what I'm saying? They were skirting around that. You know what I'm saying? They was calling out Conor Benn and Kell Brook and Chris Eubank. So that's why I always say, bro, I hate when the fighters and the promoters tease the fans. Don't lie to me. I understand this boxing shit. Conor Benn still trying to get his license. You know what I'm saying? He's still he going through hearings and shit. It ain't even no guarantee. And my thing is, how can the Benn... I ain't say that fight is impossible because it's boxing. Anything can happen. But think about this. Josh Kelly was one of the prize Olympians that Eddie Hearn had when he came out the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? He allowed Kelly to leave. He didn't re-up him. He didn't sign him to a long-time deal. He lost to Avanesian. He was like, all right, bro, I'll holler at you. You You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to save him. So now he get a couple of wins, moving up in weight, get a couple of wins. Now Eddie is like gonna be so sized to bring him back to fight Conor Benn. It don't make no sense. If that was the case, just keep him the whole time. Just rebuild him after the loss. So I think that's kind of cap a little bit. And then he called out Chris Eubank, and we all know Chris Eubank and Liam Smith is basically done for September the 2nd. The rematch. They got a rematch clause anyway. So basically, if it's not Conor Benn, it's going to be Liam Smith because he already activated his rematch clause. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Don't lie to me. Call out Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu was right there. You got a perfect opportunity to fight him. You know what I'm saying? It's basically a world title fight because there's no guarantee that Charlo going to come back to 54. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm in a position where you don't got to lie to me. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to whine and dine me, bro. Nah, he ain't do nothing, bro. He ain't do nothing. Man, biker in the building. What's good with you, bro? So that's why I be listening to some of these guys talk, bro. I'm like, bro, you don't have to just keep it 100. Shit. Cause see, we don't hold them accountable when they say they call out these names and then those fights is unavailable. They just be doing that shit just for, I guess, to hype up people, but you don't gotta do that no more. Here's another card that I watched yesterday. You know what I'm saying? This is down in Mexico. Golden Boy show. David Picasso, he just won the Eliminator and the WBC silver title at 122 pounds. He stopped the African kid. I think it was 6 rounds. He was just too big for him. If you watch that fight, it was pretty entertaining. The whole card was all knockouts. You know what I'm saying? The whole card was basically all knockouts. But he stopped him, so that put him in position to fight for maybe a world title down the line. That's a secondary mandatory in the WBC because Luis Neri is also the mandatory. Also won a mandatory in his last fight versus a Zach Hovhannissian. So we'll see. Those guys are stable mates. Now, at first look, you're probably like, yo, won't they just fight each other and then just eliminate each other, whatever. But when you got a small time promotion company, I don't think they're gonna try to put one of the 2 top guys in their division fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it don't make too much sense. Luis Neri can get a fight. He's a big name in that division, so depending on how shit bounce, the ball bounce, he can get an opportunity at the winner between Inoue and Fulton. You know what I'm saying? You got Marlon Sapalis right there, the unified champion. He can fight undisputed against the winner. So Picasso probably just, he just waiting his time. But that was a good victory, though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can stay active. You know what I'm saying? He's a young fighter. In the undercard, it was just a bunch of knockouts by the prospects. Aaron Silva had a 15-second knockout body shot. It was some crazy shit. So it was on YouTube, on the Golden Boy YouTube channel. So if you guys want to go check that shit out. Bruce Gas in the building. Let me get to it. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you coming by. Crawford's gonna get beat. Crawford is gonna beat the shit out of Spence. Yeah, 2 weeks away, bro. Let's see. It's gonna be a good one. Technique, what's good with you, bro? Anyway, going to step on Fulton. We'll see. I like Fulton in that fight, but that's gonna be a good one. For real. Props to both guys. Nito is gonna be 40-year-old champion. Let's see. That's a tough fight right there. Him and Santiago. I'm glad they got Nonito on that big undercard though, pay-per-view. So that's what's up. We'll see. Alright, moving on to the Matchroom show, headlined by Alicia Baumgartner and Leonardo, the rematch. We're gonna work our way up. Jericho O'Quinn versus Majika. Man, that was a good fight though. That shit could have went either way. One of the scores was 190 for O'Quinn. That's crazy. I know he's the hometown fighter, but that fight was 6-4 either way or 5-5. It was a real close fight. You know what I'm saying? O'Quinn got some defensive flaws, bro. I felt like he fell into an all-action fight early in the fight where he don't have to do that. He got the skills to just outbox this kid. You know what I'm saying? Majika he was coming on strong, landing a lot of good shots. I think he hurt O'Quinn a bunch of times in that fight. And he got the victory, but down the line, you look at 122 pounds, where do he fit in at, O'Quinn? lot of those guys would beat him. You know, he got stopped in the first round when he fought at 118. He actually a 115 pounder. He fought at 22 last night. So y'all say these smaller weight classes, man. I don't respect them. It ain't too many. You know what I'm saying? It's not too far apart. 115 to 118, 118 to 22. But 15 to 22, that's like, you know, 140 to 47. So it's like, you know, we see that shit because he won't taking those punches all well like that either. You know what I'm saying? He got stopped when he moved up from 15 to 18. He got stopped in the first round. So we'll see though. I'm not sure where this is gonna lead him. Jermaine Franklin came back, you know what I'm saying, versus Munoz. You know, Franklin looked decent in the fight. I like his skill. The kid got skills. He can box. He dominated the fight. Munoz really wasn't doing too much. He wasn't that active. But you tell Munoz can fight and he know his way around the ring. He just wasn't that active enough. But Franklin get the victory, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to go crazy about. You know, the most important thing about this win for me, for Franklin, he got back in the winner's circle. And I like his weight. You know what I'm saying? And when he fought Dylan White, he was 257. He fought AJ, he was 234. And this fight, he was 241. That's cool. That's cool for me. Stay within that round, 240-ish. I think you know, he'll be better served like that because Franklin fights in spurts. He's a good fighter and stuff, but he got those little 3, 4, 5 second explosiveness. You know what I'm saying? But it's not consistent throughout the fight. So maybe he like saving his win or something. But he's a good fighter though. He one of those fringe contenders. They can probably get some calls. You know what I'm saying? Because Top Rank got some heavyweights and looking for some work. Maybe he have to go back to the UK and fight one of those younger UK fighters like Fabio Wardley or something like that. You know, maybe PBC might call him. They got Lanier Perro, guys like that need some work. So we'll see. We'll see. But that was you know, it was a good bounce back win. It ain't nothing too crazy. He said, come on, Munoz. No slack. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Then we got the debut of Andy Cruz. You know, Andy Cruz looked good. Solid. I love his footwork. You know, I like his long jab when he was committing to it. You know what I'm saying? He fought the veteran Burgos, who, you know, real ones know that he won't gonna stop Burgos. Burgos ain't never been stopped. But I like the performance. I can't compare it to nobody else because other people dominated him too. I just like what he did and his skill set and what he can bring to the table in the lightweight division. So I won't really look to try and compare this performance to nobody else. Cruz can fight. He a veteran. He got a lot of slick moves in there. His footwork is nice. I like how he can do southpaw to throw off your rhythm. You know what I'm saying? I see the little stab jab that he was doing. He flashy. I like him. There ain't really too much you can say about him. I think now you just keep stepping him up. Keep giving him quality names in the lightweight division. So hopefully he gets to that position where he can fight for a world title. Because I think he about ready now. He about ready. I like it. So he wins an IBF regional title, which is going to get him a top 15 rankings. And then maybe you can put him in with another guy ranked in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, give him the shoot. I think it ain't no use to holding him back. You know what I'm saying? He got good, solid 10 rounds under his belt. He ain't losing round. So that's what's up, though. So salute to him, though, making his pro debut. He with Bozy Ennis. I like Bozy as a trainer. You know what he do with his son, Boots. So, yeah, I like it, though. You know what I'm saying? Keep him active. Get him back on the card. Shit, hell, get him on one of these cards coming up. They talking about, you know, they talking about releasing that schedule. Yo, he got to be on one of their cards. All right, to the main event, Alicia Baumgartner versus Christina Lenarditu rematch. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Lenarditu beat Alicia in 2018. You know what I'm saying? A 6-rounder. Totally different fight. You know what I'm saying? Baumgartner was. I like the way she fought in this fight. She kept everything in front of her. You know what I'm saying? She didn't take. She was just taking little slight steps to the left and to the right. I like how she was digging to the body. She's explosive. I mean, she was doing her. She's in the prime of her career, bro. It's gonna be tough to beat her. You know, Lenarditu wasn't really doing too much. I think she got discouraged by. She felt that power in the hand speed. And I think she was kind of hesitant. So she won't as tough as, I normally see her. You know what I'm saying? And that was credit to Alicia Baumgartner. I thought she did slow down late in the fight, but she was dominating. So, hey, she got that win, man. That's the most important thing. And she looked good doing it, actually. You know what I'm saying? When she let her hands go, that shit's crazy. I don't know, bro. Hey, hit them up on Twitter or something. I don't really know. But she looked good, though. You know what I'm saying? I like who she called out after the fight. She called out Katie Taylor. She called out Chantel Cameron. She called out Amanda Serrano. That's cool. Those are big fights. You should call them out. But like I said, don't tease me. You know what I'm saying? Because we know Katie and Chantel is unavailable. We know that. They're about to fight in November rematch. Amanda Serrano is fighting August the 5th. Now, that's a fight I think is more realistic than the other two. You know what I'm saying? Next for her. Amanda is fighting August the 5th against her mandatory. Not her mandatory. She facing Heather Hardy. But her mandatory is fighting on that day. We seen that on my last live. My man pointed out, well, he asked about it. I went and looked her up. And we seen that she's fighting August the 5th as well. That's Karen Brenda Carvajal. She's from Argentina. She's the WBO interim champion at 126 pounds. She was scheduled to face Amanda Serrano last year on the Jake Paul and Rodman Jr. undercard. But of course, Rodman Jr. had some weight issues, and that fight got canceled altogether. But she still owed her that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just putting it out there. I'm not sure if Baumgartner gonna get that fight next. And she's supposed to be commentating that the Zone pay-per-view August the 5th for Jake Paul and Diaz. So maybe she can force the issue. I don't know. She's going to jump in the ring. She's going to call out. I don't know. See how that shit can work. I think the fight can be made. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. So I had to throw that out there. If it don't, both ladies got mandatories. And that's a segue to Alicia Baumgartner's situation. Hung-Min Choi is the WBA champion in recess. She had to do that because, they was ordered to fight each other and the shit didn't happen, so they put her in recess. She came back, ironically, and fought yesterday in her home country of South Korea. So that's highly convenient, right? She fighting on the same day. On her poster, that shit was in Korean. She got all four sanctioned bodies on her poster. You know what I'm saying? And one of her posts, she said she about to go unify the titles. Now, what division she gonna unify? Like, that's why I say, like, you want to figure out what these fighters doing, especially the obscure fighters. Go to their social media. What division she unifying? And she ain't been at 26 since her pro debut. 35. I mean, I just told you about Katie and Chantel. She gonna jump up to 40. I mean, she talking about Alicia Baumgartner. So don't be surprised if the WBA, order that fight. You know what I'm saying? Because she is the mandatory when she wanted to decide and fight for her title back. Now she'll be fighting for 4 titles. So we'll see. I just wanted to throw that out there. I know everybody running with, she gonna fight. It's a guarantee. It's no guarantee in boxing anyway. But I'm just putting the pieces where everybody else gonna be looking at. That's what I do. Well, I would love to see her and Amanda. That'd be a crazy fight. That would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? At 100, he said rematch. Michaela. I'm looking forward to that. Paul, Diaz. I don't know. I want to see Shadasia Green on that card. Dr. Mark in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So that's what's up, though. Alicia look good, though. You know what I'm saying? She maintains her undisputed crown, and she called out for the big fights. We'll see what happens, though. I'm thinking this Hung-Min Choi next, but I could be wrong. I would love to see Amanda, though. All right. Moving to the Showtime card, we had 3 fights on there. Headlined by Frank Martin versus Artem. I messed his name up, but Artem. I've been calling him Artem all weekend. On the undercard, you had Freddie Rojas versus Diego Sanchez. I like the Rojas kid. He look good, tall. You know what I'm saying? Good, like a good counter puncher. His punches were sounding different. You know what I'm saying? Like he got some pop on there. You know what I'm saying? He got the stoppage victory. The referee, the corner stopped it. But I like him though. He 11-0 with 11 knockouts now. You know what I'm saying? He looks solid. You watching Paul versus Diaz? I don't know. I'm gonna watch the card. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. We'll see how that shit looking that night. I'm definitely watching Amanda and Shadeja, so you know what I'm saying? If it's on, it's on. But I ain't checking for it, like running to the TV. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like Rojas though. Yo, get him back in the ring, yo, keep him active. He just signed with Samson. He's with Coach K and them, so he been out there getting a lot of sparring within the stable. Nah, I'm just keeping 100. I ain't checking for that fight. For real. I'm gonna talk about the card when I do my breakdowns every week. I'm gonna talk about the card, but I ain't giving you no breakdown of that fight. You know what I'm saying? That's I can break. That's like me breaking down a fight card when I be going to the gas station, seeing those bums out there fighting. I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna break that shit down. Hold check. Hey yo, we got this dude right here. Nah. It's the same type shit to me. Only thing I just respect that they putting the ladies on and they giving these fighters opportunities. They got the young kid, Ashton Shiv. I like him. He got a step up fight on that card. So I definitely be talking about that, but I ain't breaking that. Jake Paul. What is Jake Paul? Jake Paul and Nate Diaz. I ain't breaking that shit down. But I listen to anybody else breakdown though. Y'all got it. Yo, drop that shit, bro. I listen to it. So yeah, good win by Rojas though. Keep him active. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't think they're two bums, but it's like the equivalent for me when I think about it because they don't really. Because I don't know. So this the whole thing with that. We don't know if it's rigged or not. We don't know. We don't know the variables in this shit. We never seen Nate Diaz box before. Jake Paul, we know what he brings to the table. We don't know if that shit 100. We don't know if the script is already out already. So I can't break that down. Like you ain't never seen me going crazy on Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? The co-main event though, Elvis Rodriguez versus Victor Postal. You know, this was a good fight for Elvis Rodriguez coming in facing a former world champion. He's faded, but I see what they did. It's cool. I thought he started off kind of slow because I expected that because they know each other. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Yeah, they know each other. So it's like, I expected those first couple of rounds to go like that. The Showtime card, yeah, it was cool. It was good. It was a good card. The fight was competitive, you know what I'm saying? I like Elvis started to get that right hook going though. He dropped him. He hurt him with that right hook, maybe like in the third round, I believe. One of the rounds. Then he dropped him with that shit, and then the next round he finished him. You know, the stoppage, you know, I don't know. I thought it was a tad quick, but I'm not really tripping. I don't think it was worse than the Gary Antoine stoppage. But at the end of the day, Elvis Rodriguez get the victory. He improves to 15-1-1 with 13 knockouts. He got a former world champion on his belt. Hey, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? He ranked in the top 15 in the IBF. So he can make a push. I like them to get a couple of more fights though. I've been throwing out Francis Bartholomew. I've been throwing out his name. Go down the same path they was trying to give Gary Antoine Russell until they decided to pull him back. You know what I'm saying? He fought 2 former world champions in a row. You know, Francis didn't look good in his last fight. He got a gift. So when guys get a gift, they end up getting some real shit after that. You know what I'm saying? I thought the stoppage with him and Antoine was, I think they ain't like the stoppage. So they got him Omar Juarez. He got a victory that I didn't think he deserved. So maybe they're going to say, all right, we gave you that. Then here go Elvis. And I can see that fight happening on one of these guys on the cards late in the year. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. PDH Big Dog in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. But Elvis looks solid, though. He looks solid. We said we don't know if the fight is fixed. Natural boxing. Yeah, nah, for real. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I seen a left hook, you know, hit him on the temple, though. You seen that, too. Yeah, it be some shady shit in boxing, too. For real. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? I will say that. I know if a heavy-handed puncher touches you anywhere, I don't think that feels good. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the temple, whether you believe it or not. If a guy known for knockouts and hit you with a left hook that you ain't see, You know what I'm saying? You see the left hook landed though. The right hand didn't land at all, but the left hook did. So I don't know. It depends. It depends what narrative you want to push, how you like to do it. I don't never hold nobody back for speaking their mind, their opinions. I'm just telling you what I saw. I seen a left hook land from a heavy-handed puncher. Main event: Frank Martin versus Artem. Yo, this is a good fight, man. One of the better fights of the weekend. Real solid. I thought Artem came out, did well. I thought those guys was trading rounds. This is a very competitive fight. You know what I'm saying? Artem was doing a lot of good stuff. I like how he was resetting. He was kind of taking a couple of steps over to his left to avoid the right hand of Frank Martin, and then he was landing nice right hand body shots underneath. That was nice. So I think it was more so of Artem being better than what they thought he was. I know the fans didn't think shit of Artem coming in. You know what I'm saying? When you can't say a dude's last name, automatically he trash. You know what I'm saying? That's what people think. But I knew Artem was going to come in and fight. And the reason why, just watching him fight, I knew he was a solid fighter. And then I also paid attention to how his promoters, what they think about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I knew that he was going to come to win. He was going to really come to win because they was pushing him out there in Germany. If you follow Universal boxing promoters out there on their social media. But this is a good fight, man. I thought it was back and forth. I liked the pace of the fight. Frank Martin I thought he was okay. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was okay. I didn't like the instructions Derrick James gave him. He told him to be a counterpuncher. If you be a counterpuncher, he gonna stop punching. That wasn't true. But he flipped it and got it back together and told him to start pressing the action. The 6th round was dominant. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was about to stop Artem. I mean, he just pushed on the gas. All of a sudden, he just exploded, started letting his hands go. And I felt like he had an opportunity to keep doing that the remainder of the fight. Now, Artem, he got back together and started winning those rounds after that, in my opinion. I felt like Frank should have stepped on the gas because if he can step on the gas from 10 through 12, why he couldn't just do it, you know what I'm saying, from 7 through 9? I think he would have probably stopped him, but it was a good back and forth fight, man. Like, I don't call this shit nobody getting exposed. You know, I know Frank Martin's gonna get a lot of whatever. I thought it was a good fight for him. Good fight for him. Artem was game, you know what I'm saying? I said this shit before, yo. These guys from Armenia and Germany, those guys can fight. They tough, you know what I'm saying? And he got a pedigree. You see how he was boxing. That guy got a pedigree. He was doing little subtle shit, you know what I'm saying? He was, like I said, he was stepping outside the lead foot, throwing right hands down the pipe, right hands around the guard, right hands underneath. He was doing a lot of good stuff. Frank, he explosive, fast. I thought he could have stayed committed to his jab a little more and kind of pushed Artem back. When he was pushing Artem back, he wasn't doing nothing. But he was getting pushed back early in the fight. I don't think he had to do that. He could have stayed his ground, and I think the fight probably been a little bit more clear for him. But late in the fight, he scored a knockdown. My man took a knee. I get it. The left eye was damaged, so he took a knee. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was the nail in the coffin because I scored it a draw, 6-6. But with him taking that knee, that's Frank Martin. So the scorecards, you know, I mean, I ain't really tripping. I don't think it's a robbery. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a good, close, competitive fight. Everybody deserves credit because this I like this shit like this. I like saying stuff like this because you really test who really about this boxing shit for real. Who really got boxing knowledge for real. A lot of these people that see a name and say, "Oh shit, Frank Martin should stop him. He's a stablemate of Earl Spence. He gonna run through him." So they give him all this praise before the fight. He can beat this one, this one, this one. After the fight, he faced a guy that they don't know because they didn't do their research. Now, I don't know, man. I don't think he ready, bro. He ready. I think he'll do well against those top guys because he can match all those top guys at 35. Whether it's Haney, Shakur, Tank, who else? Any other top guy, he'll match them because he can match them power and he can match them with athletic ability. So he's just as fast, he's just as strong. He just probably don't got the experience as those guys. So that might be the key to the fight. But as far as competing with him, when you say he's not ready, that means he'll get in the fight with them and lose. He won't be competitive. You know what I'm saying? Just to say he might get clipped with a shot. I mean, every boxer get clipped. So if that's the case, ain't no boxing ready. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I like the fight for him. I think this is a good development for him. This was an important fight for him. This is a WBC eliminator, so get him one step closer to a world title fight. And I'm glad this fight happened the way it did because it kind of proved my point when everybody was saying, man, why you don't put Frank Martin on the undercard of Spencer Crawford? Now imagine we would have had a situation like this. On the same night, you got Derrick James going crazy. This is a stressful. He had the coach to get this fight. He ain't just. This wasn't no easy shit. So imagine him being stressed out over Frank Martin. They have to go right back down there and get Spence right. Come on, bro. Like this is why you do this. You know what I'm saying? Even though it may sound good and look good, now if you're gonna put Frank Martin on his undercard, he got to face. Like some, you know what I'm saying? It's a tune-up fight for sure. Put him on the prelims early in the night, but they was telling me put him co-main. So I don't know. That's just shit I didn't agree with. But I like the fight though. I think Artem can come back. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be on PBC. He can be on Top Rank. Top Rank got some good lightweights. They got Raymond Moore Tyler that needs some work. Maybe Keyshawn down the line if he can get through next week. What's my man's name? They got some guys over there, like Cambosis. They got Maxie Hughes. Maxie Hughes, you know, the loser of that can fight a guy like Artem. So it's some smoke. So I think it's like a win-win. You know what I'm saying? Frank Martin gains experience, knowledge. You know what to do the next time this happens. And he bit down in the fight. So like I said, I always say when we want to tear a fighter down for their performance, I more so want to listen to what they did well in the fight. And the way he bit down those last couple of rounds to get it to a draw on my scorecard, then he got the knockdown, bro. You gotta salute that. You know what I'm saying? Haplotype in the building. He said running back. I'm not mad with they ran it back for sure. I think actually I would favor Martin more in that fight if they ran it back. So that's what's up. So looking to the future, what's next? I think the obvious fight for Frank Martin is Edwin De Los Santos. I think that's obvious. Both guys on the same schedule. They both fought for a WBC sanctioned fight. You know what I'm saying? When these new WBC rankings come out pretty soon, we're gonna definitely look at that and break that down. I think that's a natural fight. I would love the Shakur fight if they can make it happen, but you're not gonna tease me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna lie to me. But that's a good fight. Now I think so that's why I want to pay attention to the new WBC rankings because I think Frank Martin was like 5 or 6 last month. If he jump up to number 2, then maybe we got something because if Haney vacates his titles, you know what I'm saying? If you do, you may see number 1. The two guys. I'm gonna check on number 1, but he's not the mandatory, so don't get confused. So a lot of people using that narrative. Don't use it because y'all wasn't using it when Dylan White was number 1 for all them years, but he wasn't the mandatory. So Lomachenko is number 1. They can put whoever number 1, but the guys, pay attention to the guys that win title eliminators. That's Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin. Those guys won 2 title eliminators, especially if the title eliminator is a 12-rounder. You know what I'm saying? Throwing some gems out. Last night, Picasso fought a title eliminator at 122, but it was a 10-rounder. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to, make sure everybody's straight on this shit. If you guys listening, you know what I'm saying? If you guys want to use it for whatever, just make sure that shit is like that. Because just because a guy is ranked ahead of somebody, that don't necessarily mean they're the mandatory. They're just number 1. And in the WBO, Shakur is number 1, and Lomachenko is number 2. So they didn't do it over there. We all know he can have a choice which belt he want to go for because you know how Bob Arum get down with the WBO. So we'll see though. I hope hopefully Frank will get another fight this year. He fought December. He fought last night. So hopefully he can get another one in the back half of the year in a good fight. So that's what it is. It was a good weekend of boxing though, for sure. We have the new I have the updated weekly boxing schedule on my website. If you guys want to check that out, ldoesboxing.com. This is gonna cover the week of what is it? July the 17th? No, I forget. But the next week of boxing, bro, the 19th to the 22nd, I updated the schedule right there. Looking forward to Kambosos fighting next week. Kambosos versus Maxie Hughes. I'm looking forward to that. Keyshawn Davis versus Francesca Patera. So the lightweight division, and I mentioned that before, how this month of July is like it's for the welterweights and it's for the lightweights. More so for the lightweights. So now we seen Andy Cruz, we seen Frank Martin last night. Before that, we seen De Los Santos. You know what I'm saying? We seen Floyd Schofield the week prior. We seen JoJo too, but I don't think JoJo making 35. And then the week before that, we seen the hot prospect Abdullah Mesa. So you're getting everything, and we should get some. We're gonna get some more next week, and then the week after. You got. I still think Carlos Balderas can get back in the mix at 135. You know what I'm saying? He got the talent too. He fighting on Sinisa's card on the 28th. And then you got Pitbull Cruz versus Cabrera. That's an interesting fight in the lightweight division. So it's a lot of good stuff. Like I said, if you one of those guys that said lightweight is one of the best divisions in boxing, then this is your claim right here. You can make a claim for it by these guys' performances, and then you can rate them however you want to rate them and all that good shit. So it's a lot of good stuff popping up. The Drunk Irishman, what's good with you, bro? Salute. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a lot of shit. And of course, man, it's a lot of shit to really break down and for the coming months, because I mean not just the coming months but the coming weeks, because we just that close, 2 weeks out, less than 2 weeks out of Spencer Crawford, yo. Like that shit is crazy. I can't wait for that. You know what I'm saying? We right there at that shit. You know, and I always thought that fight gonna be an even fight. That shit ain't changed my mind. I don't care. That shit don't change my mind, because what happens in the fights that happen in the welterweight division, I have to point this out. All the top guys that fought each other in the welterweight division, the fights were pretty much competitive. You know what I'm saying? One guy proved they better down the stretch, whatever. But I can't see one guy getting blown out of that fight, the other one. I can't see that either way. Now, maybe down the stretch, Earl will do what he normally do, and we'll have to see if Bud can kind of react to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I be hearing these breakdowns. It's like, yo, why Bud even fighting this dude then if he don't have a chance? You know, it depends on who you really fucking with though. If you're a Spence guy, then you're gonna turn down everything that Bud does, and you're not gonna identify what they bring to the table. Same thing, vice versa. You're gonna turn down a lot of shit, but the key to the fight though is when both guys start to pick up their pace and their rhythm, like 5, 6, 7 mid rounds. Who gonna be able to deter the other one? You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to deter Spence when he started coming down the track with his shit. When he started to pick up his pace and started to get his rhythm and his volume started to go up, it's gonna be hard for Bud. So what can Bud do? Can he take a couple steps back and start being a counterpuncher, be more precise counterpuncher? You know what I'm saying? Can he actually use the jab in the southpaw position? I mean, this is the first time I've seen Spence fight a southpaw. I can't remember him fighting a southpaw. That's something we have to think about too. They mirroring each other. So it's different angles you can slide out of, and it's a lot of stuff, technical stuff that can happen. But above all that, I just want to see how these guys react when they start to make adjustments. And that's the key to a great fight. And I think we're gonna get one. So I'm neither. I got Bud. Yeah, I think Bud gonna pull it out. 7 rounds to 5. I think he gonna pull it out. I think it's gonna be tough as hell though. I almost feel like the first one win 2 rounds in a row gonna win the fight. You know what I'm saying? But I think it definitely is gonna come down to the back half of the fight because the first half, them guys will be feeling each other out boxing and shit. They gonna be setting the table for what they're gonna do later in the fight. Both guys are veteran fighters, world champions, been fighting at this level for a long time, and you know, it's like I don't know, man. I feel like both guys been through adversity in their fights. You know what I'm saying? Both guys been through shit. Both guys fought guys where they had to like dig in certain fights. You know what I'm saying? In certain situations. You know, it's just one guy will get more love than the other guy, depending who you listen to. You know, like the narrative is, well, if Bud get hit, he gonna want to fight. He can't do that against Spence. But I seen Spence do that shit all the time. Winston Lee, what's good with you, bro? And that's what made me like Spence so much. When he got his mouthpiece knocked out against Ugas in that last fight, bro, he went demon mode on Ugas' ass. Ugas didn't win nothing else the rest of that fight and got stopped. But had he not got his lick back, like you say, Bud not supposed to do, we wouldn't have seen that performance probably. He probably would have went the whole distance. Maybe it's putting an extra oomph on those shots to break his eye socket. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it depends who you fuck with, though. Real talk, because you'll rarely listen to a breakdown that give it to you both ends. It's always gonna be one side or another. One guy gotta wear black Air Force Ones. The other one gotta have on a shag. If he wear a shag, Bud in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But Bud got enough hair to get a shag haircut too. What if he wear a shag? What if he wear Air Force Ones? Like, that shit's crazy to me. It really comes down to me, it comes down to when those guys start to pick up the pace, which one gonna be able to deter the other one? For real. He would beat Bud. Smith ain't gonna fill him out. That's what's up. I think that would make for a good fight too. You know what I'm saying? I hope he do that. That'd be good. Force him to fight. Force him to fight because you can step with Bud when he pull it back with his hands down. You know what I'm saying? He can do that. Yeah, do it. Come out blazing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to put himself in position to get hit with some shots. You know what I'm saying? We're going to really see if Bud can punch like that. And then he going to be close enough when he throwing his jab, 2 or 3 jabs in a row, and loading up with the left hand, he going to get closer to Bud because Bud let his hands down as, you know, as when the fire is coming. So yeah, he should do that. You know what I'm saying? He should start off throwing 100 punches around. I don't see that happening because he gonna be smart. He gonna do his thing, but I don't think he's throwing 80 to 100 punches around. That pace gonna get slowed down because you facing a guy that is a great counter puncher and got some pop. So you have to take your time, build up to it. Like I said, lay the table. Go to the body, punch Bud in the thigh, in the hips, like he was punching on Porter and Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Get him to stay stationary. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I can't wait for the fight. That shit gonna be crazy, for sure. That shit gonna be crazy. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully it'll be a great fight because I think it will be because those two guys' mentality. You know what I'm saying? Once they figure each other out, get used to each other in the fight. So that's what's up. I just don't think it's so one side like people be talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's like that on either way, either side. That shit's crazy to me. You know? That shit's crazy. If that's the case, it's not a legacy fight. It's not a legacy fight. The fight should be, I think he gonna win. Oh, you know, I think he gonna win. But a legacy fight, you know, one side, he says it's gonna be one sided. I like Earl talking like that. That he a fighter. He should say that for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see it like that. Especially based on how all the other fights went. All the other fights, the top guys, all them shits is competitive. All the guys, Spence, Danny, Porter, Ugas, Bud, all those guys, Pacquiao, Thurman, all them shits, all those fights, and then they mix and match and fight each other was pretty much competitive. I don't think, other than the Spence and Danny fight, I thought that was pretty much one-sided. Danny ain't start fighting until like the last half of the fight. The Ugas fight was one-sided after 6. I thought it was even. And then Spence went crazy. So it is what it is. It all depends on who you fuck with. You know what I'm saying? You know, Bomac is a trash coach. You know what I'm saying? He a trash coach, but he did some shit Derrick James ain't never do. You know what I'm saying? Derrick James is a hell of a coach. You know, it's like you nitpicking, you trying to find some shit with him. You know, like, but it's like it's not even. So it's like when I hear that shit, I be like, damn, how can you give Spence credit for winning then, bro? Joseph Brown was good with you, bro. Yeah, it was some good fights for sure. How can you give that guy some credit? Because I seen Bomac do some shit Derrick James never did. He took a guy that's career was done, revitalized his career, and took him to a world title. I haven't seen what's his name do that. He didn't revitalize nobody's career. You know, he got with Jamel when he got with Jamel Charlo was already number 2 in the WBC. And when Floyd vacated the title, then it was Jackson and Mel Charlo. So he inherited a guy that was already destined for a world title. Both of them couldn't do shit with Rob Brandt. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, who did worse with Rob Brandt? I mean, Derrick James took Rob Brandt to Germany to face Jürgen Bremer a couple years ago in the World Boxing Super Series at 168 and lost all 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? What's his name got with Bomac after Brandt got with Bomac after losing the second fight to Murata. You know, he had a little tune-up fight, looked okay, and then Janibek beat him up and stopped him. You know what I'm saying? So which one? So maybe it's the fighter. You know what I'm saying? But if one coach is so up here and the other one is over here, then that coach that's higher should have got Rob Brandt. That he should have beat that German fighter, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't like to get into that. I think both guys is here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like the guy or not. You know what I'm saying? I like what Derrick James. I like how Derrick James prepared for a fight. Like his fighters, like he's about to fight. Like he's putting the miles in. He's in the gym doing what he's doing. Like he's training for a fight. So they call him for an exhibition. It might be a problem. You might be cherry picking going wrong if you pick Derrick James for a coach's exhibition. You know what I'm saying? You know he'll beat Coach Calvin and Bullet. They ain't calling Coach James for that. I like that shit, and I like his mentality as a trainer. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. But that don't say on the other side they trash. They got a coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? Like they got guys on that team. They've been together forever too. They've been with Bud since he was a baby too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't argue one way and not argue the other way. It's like you basically do a tug of war and then both of y'all lose. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the same shit. It depends who got the knowledge to break that shit down. A lot of them dudes don't be having the knowledge. They just be talking because they in their feelings about their favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good though. That's good. That's good for the build up. Hopefully everybody comes support the fight. If you can't be in Vegas, for sure you gotta buy this fight. You know what I'm saying? All the crying and whining I heard about this fight, and you gonna go stream it, but there's gonna be a lot of people doing that shit too though. For real. The ones that said boxing is dead because this fight didn't happen and they wanted it to happen, they're gonna be the ones with that fire stick. They're gonna be the ones not buying merch. They're gonna be the ones not trying to go to the fight. They're gonna be the ones, all that shit. The loudest ones in the room is the ones that don't be supportive. That's a gem for y'all. They'll be supportive. But they want to criticize these guys the most. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's crazy. They'll be like, "Yo, I've been waiting for this fight for the longest time." Then when the fight happened, they'll try to diminish it and say something wrong with the fight. So they'll be like, "Man, I ain't gonna buy it now. Man, they put Donell on the card. Man, I ain't gonna buy it." It's like that's how it be, bro. So we just separate boxing fans from people who just trying to make a buck in this shit. That's all they do. For sure. But yeah, we got a lot of shit though. The heavyweight division starting to open up a little bit. AJ and White coming up. Big Baby Anderson got another fight coming up. We got Usyk and Dubois. We got some good heavyweights fighting on Top Rank tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, but next week, next Saturday on the Kambosos and Master Hughes card. You got Jeremiah Milton is back. Stephen Shaw. And so those two notable heavyweights right there. So that's what's up. So yeah, a lot of shit, bro. Just about to fight as much trash talking from both fan bases is better than, yeah, that'd be cool if they do it. Yeah, I'm thinking that too. A lot of those dudes not gonna even buy that shit though. That's just point blank how it is. Because it's like, I never understand this. Why it seems like they protect their fighters from facing the top guy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I want, like, whoever. I'm a competitor. You know what I'm saying? And when I used to play sports and shit, I want the guy at their best. Yeah, he on that card facing Dempsey McKean. Yeah, that's a good fight. He gotta win that fight to keep his position. So I always want the guy at his best. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go to his home, his neighborhood, and play them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what realms you want to play on, bro? Let's play over there. This your court? I want to come to his court and beat him. I want no excuses. Your girl out there, you about to go crazy? Oh yeah. I want to play you now because I know you're gonna try to impress her. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am as a fan. So I want my favorite fighter to face the top guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, and I'm pushing for that. I'm not gonna throw no barriers up and say, man, well, he won a coin flip, bro. I seen that shit that Spencer talking about, bro. It is what it is. I don't think Bud asking for that coin flip shit was the finding the factor. Oh man, I ain't gonna take the fight if I don't get my coin flip. That's politics. That shit been in boxing forever, bro. That shit been in boxing forever. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you bring that up, like, you have to give me some context. I remember when Larry Holmes fought Cooney. They did that shit. They introduced Cooney. You know what I'm saying? Last, and he ain't the champion. He was a damn contender. You know what I'm saying? Be a couple faded heavyweights, and then he got A-side privileges. You know what I'm saying? So that shit happen all the time. It ain't nothing like for me to go crazy about it. It is what it is. Boxing. But yeah, that's what it is, man. I want to salute everybody coming through the building, though. I appreciate you guys' time. Feel free to hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe, all that good shit. You can follow me on my social media. Scroll across the bottom. Twitter @OverJ. Instagram LDoesBoxing. So salute to everybody for the support. That's my time, and I'm out.